Welcome to the Soon Podcast.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode
of the Soon Podcast. My name is Alyssa, and I am a health coach.
My name is Amanda Lynn, and I am a This really always stumps me, even though I've had the same job for 7 years. Literally, it tricks me up every single time. My name is Amanda Lynn, and I'm a home decor and furniture buyer and style curator.
Do you think you have an emotional blockage?
Well, I think because I used to say like fashion and home decor buyer, and then we phased out fashion at my work. And I feel like I always said fashion and home decor. Like that was the way that I would say it when I would tell people what I did. And so now it's like, it's hard for me because I'm like furniture, it gets all jumbled in my head and then I don't know what to say. So I'm just going to say buyer and you can piece it together. You can just piece together what I buy.
Well, today we are going to do a little reality rundown, a little TV edition, a little celeb gossip.
A little TVT.
Yes, we just felt it was necessary because we had the Traitors finale. Oh my God. Can we even be okay after this?
We loved it so much and we have so much to say. And I feel like a lot of our followers also watched along with Traitors with us. And so I feel like it's fun for us to just recap and dish because this was a really intense finale.
It really was. And last season, I wish you watched it so bad because the Faithfuls won. And it was like such a good feeling. And it just worked out so perfectly. And this time it was literally the complete opposite. And I don't know. I don't think they have, traders win that often, especially like a single trader like this.
I have told everyone from the start that I am not a Traitors stan. I wasn't before this season. Now I am a stan. I am obsessed, but I never watched any other season. So I really didn't know what to expect. I was like, why the hell are these celebrities in capes? Like, this is so weird to me. I'm like, what a freak. Like, what kind of freak would watch this? And then I literally cannot stop watching it. So this was my first time seeing, like, I had no idea. In my head, I thought that the Traitors would win a lot. But Alyssa was telling me that the Traitors don't usually win. It's usually the Faithfuls. And so I think that it's so crazy that one singular traitor, the one that started it all, like, is who took the biscuit home.
Yeah, well, especially one that was there from the start, because you would think that they'd just, catch on or get voted out or whatever. And I guess the next season is going to be normies, like no celebrities. So I think I will watch it, but I'm not looking forward to it as much, except I'm trying to get my husband to apply.
Yeah, he's got nothing else to do, but he would be a really good trader
That's
for
what
sure.
I said.
He would be a really good trader because the man does not talk.
I know. Well, I think he's similar to Rob in that sense where people, genuinely like him and he just kind of keeps to himself. And so I don't know. I think he could be a good addition. So we'll see.
Kind of like the idea of normies being traders because I think that it puts a lot of pressure on celebrities to act like their fake reality selves, especially the housewives. Like, I know that the housewives are really over the top, but I know they act a lot in their show because they want people to watch it. They want the views. They want the the flipping up the table. And they're not going to act like that in their everyday life. And I mean, we saw that specifically with Lisa Rinna. Maybe she was a little bit toned down because she was a traitor, but I just like, everyone was like, well, Lisa Rinna's not freaking out at us. And I'm like, well, she's not on Housewives. Like, why would she be yelling at you? You're not coming after Harry Hamlin.
Yeah. Like these are actual colleagues in the industry, not just like other housewives that are there to all play a part. Like these are, well respected people from other shows. I guess not all of them, but like Donna Kelsey, like what the fuck is she gonna do with that? You gotta just respect and you can't mess around with certain people. So I don't know. Yeah.
But let's talk. Let's talk about the finale. So I would like to know what your overall take is and who you wanted to win.
Just to give a rundown, Robbie Bobby from Love is Blind.
Nope.
One,
Nope. Not from Love is Blind.
shit,
Not even close.
from Love on the Spectrum.
From Love Island, the
Love
complete
I
opposite of Love is Blind.
Yes, literally the opposite. I cannot picture this man on that show. Like, I feel like I watched him, but like I need to rewatch it because I'm just so in shock that he would ever go on that show.
And that was the craziest. Him and Leah, that was that whole situation. And he was honestly like a total asshole to her.
Hmm.
And I hated him then. I hated him in this season of Traitors, but I also I wanted him to win. I wanted him to win.
I did want him to win. My thing is that from the get, when I recognized him and Maura had like a really good friendship, relationship, whatever the hell it was, I was like, oh my gosh, the last thing I would want to do is break this information to her. And so I kind of was like, he should vote her off like ASAP. Or, even like in the last roundtable or something, like he could have voted her off. And instead, he literally waited until he was the one that had to tell her.
He absolutely used and abused Maura. He knew that she was in love with him. You can see it in all of the promo. You can see it. They took promo photography of I think it was the last 5. And so it was Rob, Maura, Eric, and Johnny and Tara. And he had his arms around her. Like no one else was touching each other. And his arms were around her waist. Like they were literally taking prom photos. And I was like, he had this girl wrapped around his damn finger. Like she literally was in love with him. She was blinded by love. And then you can see at the end, everyone, even Eric in that little round circle situation that we got into, he was trying to say you shouldn't trust him. You can still turn back. And she was like, no, no. And Tara, even it's like pulling a girl out of an extremely toxic relationship. You just can't do it. It can't be done.
And he literally was like, it's going to be us. Like, we're going to win this. So, I mean, how could your heart not just melt when you hear that and be like, oh my God, it's going to be us? Like, oh,
The saddest thing was when she looked at him and she said, I really thought that I was going to win this thing. Which I love her accent. I love her. It was so sad. I was like, she really thought that she was winning. She really did.
Face fell 1,000 inches, just melted into the ground. It was the saddest thing I've ever seen in my life. Oh,
And let's just hang on. We're getting too into it. I think we need to give everyone, for those of you who don't watch and maybe you're just listening to this because you think we're funny, we love you and we're happy that you're here. But Traitors finale was bananas. The last 3 people standing were Rob, who was a traitor from the beginning, Maura, who is this hot little thing,
a faithful
from Love Island. She is a faithful. And then Eric, who was a traitor recruit. Eric is the softest, sweetest, most angelic soul. He trusted Rob, which he saw how dirty he was to the other traitors. I don't know why he trusted him, but he did. And he got his heart broken. So Rob and Maura essentially had a traitor's fling throughout the entire season. They will deny it. They will deny it. But you can see it. The chemistry is there. If they didn't do it, they were thinking about it every single second of every single day. And they would be such a cute couple. Rob is a traitor. Maura's a faithful. She believed wholeheartedly that he was a faithful and he strung her along.
Till the very last second that he could. And then he had to tell her, I'm a traitor. And he said a couple times in, the interviews that he felt bad, but I don't think he really felt that bad. Like, he did not look
He didn't feel bad.
upset. Like, I don't know. I was almost expecting him to be like, I'm going to split this money with you or something, because he was just really breaking her heart.
He did tell her that he was going to buy her Birkin, and
No,
he
he said, "What can I
uh,
do to make this up to you?" And she said, "Buy me a Birkin." And
well,
he's
he
done it.
should. He
He
should.
should.
He should buy her Birkin. It was devastating. I still would love to hear Eric's take because I know that he was devastated. So what Rob could have done was the right thing in my head, which is when it was just him, Eric, and Maura, he could have voted out Maura and him and Eric would have split the pot. But what he did was he voted out Eric, broke his heart into pieces, and then he stuck it out with Maura to once again make her think he was a faithful just to take the entire pot home. He is such a shithead.
It
He's
was
evil.
crazy. I almost wonder if he voted out Maura, would he have had the opportunity to vote out Eric?
No,
Really?
I don't think so. I think that that's it. I think it's,
Okay.
yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, it was tough to watch, but I didn't fully watch the finale, did you?
Yeah, I watched the
Well,
finale
why'd you say that you didn't get to hear Eric talk?
because I haven't heard him after.
I
Like,
mean,
I wanna hear him on a podcast right now of being
in
like,
my in his defense, Rob's defense, Eric didn't do shit. His only job was to not fuck this up for himself, you know? And I don't know. So I'm not pro Eric, and I love how Rob was like, I'm not going to give my money $100,000 to someone I met 3 weeks ago.
it's
Because
fair. His points are valid. At the end of the day, it's a game and he played it well. So I do think that was when it was before it was down to the three of them and Johnny and Tara were on there. I was just in my head, I'm like, they cannot win because they don't deserve it. Johnny and Tara played the worst game of my entire life. I'm shook that no one voted them out just to spite them because they lied to everyone and said they didn't know each other. And then they told everyone like halfway through that they were best friends. And then they're just, sitting on each other's laps and voting the only other way that the other one's voting. Like they were just playing such a weird game. And the thing is that I love them as friends. I think they're the cutest, patootiest best friends in the world. But I'm like, you guys need to think for yourself. Like, what are you doing? What are you
So
doing?
I don't think anyone who was smart or like good at the game could have won. They immediately got voted out. And so everyone who was left was like people that did not play the game.
It was literally
So
people that were sitting there and they were like, I don't know how I'm
we got here.
here.
Literally. So I think it was good because Rob actually did play the game in every single step, from voting out earlier traitors to like recruiting Eric to stringing Maura along to like pinning them against, Tara and Johnny. I don't know. He just zip zapped and did it. Like, good job, Rob. And apparently now
Rob.
he has a girlfriend. So
And now he has a girlfriend, yeah, who's apparently a normie. She's not a celeb or anything. She's just your average girl from Alabama, which is amazing.
yeah, I mean, I'm not into snakes, so I'm okay.
I
No,
could not, Maura and him would not have worked out. She's not
no,
going to go live on a farm with snakes while
but
he
I would
would
love for
pregnant
them
no girl.
to, you know, share a passionate on-screen kiss.
Yeah, that would have been nice.
So I also wanted to bring up, I don't know if you have anything else to bring up with Traitors, but we have a couple other celebrity things to chat about. So you don't watch Love is Blind, which is horrendous, but I know the people that watch and listen to this podcast care deeply about Love is Blind,
Hmm.
probably more than Traitors. And the weddings are coming out on Wednesday. Do you know what that means?
That's when they decide if they're getting married or not. which
Yeah.
is the crazy. Let me just tell you guys really quick before Alyssa dives into this, because I'm going to have absolutely nothing to say on this topic after she speaks on it. This is the worst thought of a show. You don't see each other, and then they force them to get together. Every time they actually see each other for the first time, they're always like, fuck. But they can't say that because they're like, oh, well, we fell in love without seeing each
Not
other. So
every time.
I have to give this a go a chance. Like, it's literally just so forced. And I don't see how anyone can make it work, because then they get to, like they see all the rest of the people and they're like, oh, that could have been me if I didn't have one decent conversation with this one. And I can't get behind it. I can't get behind it. I think it's the worst idea for a love story. Could you imagine being like, I found love on Love is Blind? I would be like, are you literally that dense? Like, you can't just go to a bar?
No. Okay.
I
So
don't
first,
like it. So, but Alyssa loves it. So listen to her. And if you watch it, no hate. Alyssa lives and breathes for it. I don't like the basis of the show. I can't get behind it.
first of all, I love the basis behind dating, and I wish they probably have this, but you can probably find a place that organizes dating in this way, because what it sounds like I tell my single friends they should sign up for this show because you get to speed
Listen,
date.
no,
Yes,
no. How could you recommend that?
you get to develop real connections.
Yeah, but then I feel like half of the time they see you and they're like, oh, great. Now I have to be in love with this person's soul, but I hate their face.
You know what's crazy is that this season in particular, everyone is pretty much on each other's level,
Oh, that's good.
and there are still complaints. There's like this gorgeous blonde haired, blue eyed girl, just cutie. The guy's like, I love curvy. I love, dark features. And it's like, oh my God, like 99% of people would love to be with this person. And then one of the other problems is the prenup thing. There is a couple on there, Devontae and Brittany, who they're finally getting to the end. They've had to work through it. I don't know if they're going to say yes to each other. I don't know if they should be together. They're very sweet, but I don't think they got it. But of course, now the end is here, and he's like, I would like a prenup. And she's like, you want a prenup? Even though I've only known you for a month and we're about to get married? I don't understand how people are not okay with a prenup in this
I
situation.
feel like prenup should be mandatory.
Me too. Yeah. And it's like, girl, there's not, I don't know. I mean, they're in Ohio, so maybe like they have Southern thinking where it's like, partnership. And a lot of them are very like anti-divorce, like very traditional in that sense. So I don't know, but it's just crazy to me that that might be the deal breaker. Another couple that they just ended off the last episode was Emma and Mike, and they're very sweet together. I like them a lot. She said yes, and now we're waiting till the next episode to see if he says yes. Here's their issue, which this is tough for me. This I don't think is a good idea. She originally went into the pods, I don't want kids. He's like, I want kids. So then he's like, I'll propose basically if you think that there's a chance we can have kids. Okay. She's like, yeah, there's always a chance. So yeah, he proposes. Now it's like, okay, well, I'm not going to marry you unless you know that there's a chance that we can have kids, Like she's going to find that out in 3 weeks. And
Oh my gosh.
yeah, and so she did say yes. So I'm shocked at that, like at the end of the aisle. And so I'm like, okay, is he gonna say yes? I don't know. We'll see. I don't know why he wouldn't if she said yes. I think he's gonna take that as his clue that she's gonna have kids with him. But I don't know. That seems stressful. But she's really young, so I think they're good. And then there's another couple, Christine and Vic. And this is the reason for Love is Blind. Okay. If they don't get married, I will divorce my husband, basically. Like it would make zero sense in
Okay.
the world. They love each other, such deep affection towards each other, and just, oh my God, they're going to be amazing parents, such amazing couple. And they probably wouldn't have met, unless it was in this situation. And I'm just so excited for them. Like, they are king and queen. So I'm excited. The next one is Amber and Jordan. She has a 7-year-old daughter. He is young, didn't know if he even wanted kids. And I think they're going to get married. And they seem really cute together. And then the last one is Jessica and Chris. That's the one that the guy's kind of like, I wanted a brown features and curvy body. And she seems really sweet and smart, but I don't think he's good for her. And so I really hope that they don't work out at the end of the aisle. I think he's not ready for a relationship. And then there's this other couple that we didn't talk about this, but they were so cute together. She's like a 38-year-old doctor. They were so fun together, just constantly laughing and just enjoying each other's company.
Ew.
And then all of a sudden, one day he comes in and he's like, I don't know if I can do this. I'm used to like a girl that does Pilates every single day. And you're not that. And it's like hard for me sexually. Yeah. So
You're signing yourself up for heartbreak.
I don't
For
know why he
brutal
couldn't
heartbreak.
say, I don't know if this is gonna work out attraction wise. Just leave it at that. Just
That would be the worst
I know.
thing I could ever hear in my entire life. That will ruin you for life.
So I want to say yes to that, except that she's a 38-year-old doctor. Like, she is a badass and she's actually really cute. So
But I just feel like it makes your self-esteem down.
I mean,
Down.
I'm sure at the time it did, but I'm sure now that she sees the backlash he's getting and the fact that he's like 5'6" and everyone's giving him a lot of shit about being like, dude, you have nothing to talk. Like, but yeah, so that is where we're at. So doesn't that make you want to watch it? Aren't you curious?
Yeah.
It's intense, sis. It
No,
is
I actually do. I like the weddings. I like seeing if they go down the aisle or not. Sometimes I've watched a couple of those with you, and I'm always on the edge of my seat,
I know.
shaking in my
I'm
boots.
so excited. So that will be on Wednesday night. I'm actually really impressed with this season and the cast of people that they got and the connections. So I'm excited. And maybe next season, Amanda can watch.
Okay, well, that was riveting, and I'm very excited for the Love is Blind community.
You should be.
I have a personal update. I think that this is fun, riveting news. In fact, maybe more so than your Love Island update. I
Love Island.
Love is Blind. Okay. I don't know if I told you guys, but a few oh, this is gonna murder me. But I feel like it's good. Okay. A few weeks ago, I was sick as a dog in bed. And I was scrolling Facebook. No, this is great. I was scrolling Facebook Marketplace,
This is
as
not
I do.
news.
Yeah, it's news, Elsa, and it's good news. So I was scrolling Facebook Marketplace and I stumbled upon these hutches. They're these stunning vintage hutches with glass fronts. Perfect, perfect hutches for me in my life because my dog Martini, as we all know, she loves to eat my shit. And she's been taking my shoes off of my current hutches because there's no doors on them. Okay.
Even though there's a gate?
Even though there's two gates. She's smart. I don't know. She's a little whiz. I don't know what she does. I don't know if she hops it. I don't know if she nudges it. I don't know what she does, but it's atrocious. So, anyways, I found these hutches. They were $75 for two. A steal. A steal. My husband, who was also sick at the time, I turned to him. I say, I have to have these. And he was like, I don't know what you want me to do. We're literally both on our deathbed. And I was like, figure it out. So I went ahead. I took a nap. I woke up from said nap. They're sold. Okay. Hutches are sold. I'm sobbing uncontrollably. I'm literally having an emotional fit. I even messaged the guy and I was like, are you sure these are sold? If they're not, I'll do whatever it takes. He said, no, they're gone. So hutches are now on the back burner. I've been looking, trying to replace these hutches. Okay. Can't be done. Can't be done. I've been devastated. All of a sudden, I'm scrolling the marketplace. The person who bought the hutches, they listed them. They listed the hutches. They listed the hutches.
That is crazy.
When When has that ever happened? I will say, the hutches were originally blue, and I was going to repaint them. And it does appear that the new owner tried to repaint them. They only repainted one.
That's crazy.
So I still snatched them right up. And now I own one blue hutch and one white hutch for over the original asking price. But I am so excited. I can't believe it. And I just feel like if that is not fate, is it a celebrity update? Is it a show update? No, it's an Amanda Lynn update. And I felt like everyone needed to hear it and everyone should be scrolling their Facebook marketplace.
I'm happy for you. I don't know how you could have paid more. And
Yeah.
have you tried to repaint them yet?
No, no. That
Okay.
sounds honestly like a 2027 problem, but I'll keep you posted.
Well, I feel a little uncomfortable bringing up the next topic now. It just doesn't feel right.
What? What's the topic?
Mary Cosby's son,
Oh, Alyssa.
Robert Jr.
No, I can't be laughing for this. Hang on. You just caught me off guard, Alyssa.
I know. Well, I didn't know you were
Okay,
about to
so
bring up hutches.
for real, we need to get serious about this, okay? Because you had me in the giggles, and this is not a giggling matter. In fact, it's actually really tragic.
No, trigger warning. Very sad, but Robert Jr. passed away. If you are following Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, he has been struggling with addiction, and they had one of the most groundbreaking, heart-wrenching, honest conversations on reality TV ever
Good.
about his addiction and his state, and just it was really heartbreaking, but also one of the coolest things to see on TV was their relationship. And recently he was in jail for something and got released and pretty much immediately, it sounds like, overdosed. And so just really, really sad and shocking. And you just kind of hope that you know, that he had hit rock bottom and that things would go up from there. And so just hearing that the opposite happened and that there's no turning back now. It's really devastating.
It is devastating. It's not what I was expecting the outcome for his journey to be. In fact, that episode specifically where Mary, we're talking about Mary from Salt Lake City. This is her son. And I feel like she doesn't share a ton of her life. And the fact that she was open and honest and willing to share that part of her son's life and her life with him, it it just made me rethink my entire perspective of her because you really truly never know what someone is going through. And her son had been living in her house like that for probably years. And she puts on such a brave front, and it was just devastating news to hear. And so our hearts really go out to Mary. We also just, check on your friends, check on if you know anyone that's struggling, just check in with them because it really can happen that fast and life is too short. And he was so young. He had so many amazing opportunities that could have come from his life, especially with his mom being who she is. And it seems like she loved him so much. So I wish that this was a different ending for him.
I know. And especially since he was able to be open and honest with his mom, and their relationship seemed so amazing and genuine that it's really sad that even with all of that love and support and financial support on top of that, it's just such a disease and he couldn't get through it. So, yeah, just really sad news. She is going to film the reunion, she said, which is kind of, or the next season or whatever they were doing. So, I'm proud of her for wanting to continue to show the reality of this terrible disease, but also, it's really hard to get through that. So, yeah, she's definitely on our thoughts. We do have one more news segment that is very different. So, hard pivot, but that was a big thing that happened in reality news recently, so I had to bring it up. But the next thing is, did you hear that Sofia Franklin from Call Her Daddy OG is writing a memoir
Yes.
called Daddy Issues?
I think that the memoir is brilliant. I was a Call Her Daddy listener. Like, I really listened to them a lot, and I did
That's
like
not good.
I'm like, no.
Ew.
No, but I liked their dynamic together a lot. I thought that they were so funny. I thought that they were crazy. I mean, they're not like people that I would look up to, but I liked their crazy lifestyle that they were living. It was cool. It wasn't done before, and I loved their personalities together. Still, it's so tough because I listened to both sides. Obviously, I was so invested in all of the drama. I do think that Sophia deserved so much more.
Mhm.
And I think that Alex Cooper is Rob from the Traitors, but in real life. Like, she literally ripped everything out from under her feet. Even the Unwell Network. Unwell is a term that Sophia coined. That was her story. Her story where she said, I was unwell. And yes, that now belongs to Call Her Daddy because, Alex took over all of the rights to that. But at the same time, like, she couldn't even come up with her own concept of her brand. Like, that was Sophia's completely coined term.
Wow.
So I'm excited to hear everything else. On the flip side, I don't know what else there is to be said. Like, this happened 5, 6 years ago, and they both had, like, 10-minute tell-alls. We've heard ins and outs of it throughout. I'm just like, what more do you need to say that we
Yeah,
don't
I
know?
mean, I have gone through, I would say this is like a micro trauma. And I feel like it takes a long time to really process things. So I am like proud of her for not, jumping out the gate with this tell all. Like she has taken the time to really process and mature and, trying to build her own brand on top of the, loss of Call Her Daddy. So I'm like more intrigued that this is coming out now. I almost think it came out because Alex Cooper came out with a documentary about a year ago, which I
Mhm.
never watched. But I think that's when Sophia started coming up with this idea that it was time to share her story as well. And so I don't know if there's going to be like a ton of juice to squeeze, but I am interested, and Sophia does deserve, to have this information out there too. And I mean, Alex did reinvent Call Her Daddy, but it was already so huge that she could have done whatever she wanted and it still would have been huge. But I do think Alex, she has a really good personality and, is killing the game. So nothing's going to knock her off of that. But I do think she was not a girl's girl in this situation and it's not going to be great.
I'm interested in a few more things about this. Is that Alex Earl
Yes.
joined the Unwell Network, and after I think it was like 6 months, it was not a long amount of time, she quit the Unwell Network or she was dropped. I don't No one ever discussed what happened. I
Mm,
know that Alex Earl is releasing her own television show, which I'm very excited about, and I'm hoping that she touches on it during that, and that's why she hasn't spoken about it. I feel like that would be a really good watch point, but I'm interested because Sofia Franklin, when she posted this, Alex Earl liked it.
yes.
And I'm very interested because I just don't think that Alex Cooper, hello. I don't think that Alex Cooper is a good person. I think she's a good business person. I think she's really good at, creating a strategy and building an empire for herself. I don't think that she's looking to grow anyone else. I think she's all about herself, which is fair. I mean, that she's making a great life for herself, and I definitely don't fault her for that. But I don't think that she is a good business person to work with as a woman. looking
Yeah.
from the outside in with absolutely no other perspective. That's just my take.
That's a deep cut.
Yeah. Thank
But
you.
I c I could see that in a sense. In another sense, she does interview women to, like, lift them up in that sense, but I see what you're saying, like, is that only to better her brand,
Yeah, it is.
potentially? So, I don't know. We will see. I'm excited, but I mean, I feel like she said it's not gonna come out for, like, a year.
That's like a really long time.
Yeah.
I feel like she should have waited. I wonder if Alex Cooper was gonna do a memoir or something like that, and she caught wind and wanted to be the first one because she already had it. Like, would you die if she had like finished her memoir and was about to like release it, but was like, "Oh, I should wait like 3 more months," and Alex Cooper released a memoir? Like, she would like that would actually rip my heart out.
Honestly, I don't think Alex would come out with a memoir. I think her career has just started.
Yeah, it's
And
true.
so that would be
True.
silly, but we'll see. We'll see. So, are you
Well,
going
I'm
to read it?
excited.
We've got to read it.
Yeah, of course I'm gonna read it.
Okay. Well, that's all we had for you today, and we will talk soon.
Talk soon.